Bulavinakana, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me much pleasure to be here. Of course, like to acknowledge the CEO of FDB, the chair of your community, the agriculture personnel, and all the other members of the community who are here, including FDB. I do not intend to make a long speech, but essentially have a bit of a Talano session with you afterwards. But as the CEO of FDB has highlighted, you are able to get the 4.99% interest rate because government is paying much of the interest rate on your behalf to FDB. The interest rate is somewhere between 11 to 12%, but you only pay 4.99% because we pay that balance of the interest rate to them directly on your behalf. So any loan that's taken out by you, you pay simply 4.99% and the balance we pay for you. This is part and parcel of what government has been doing, as you know, as announced in the budget last year. We also had offered $200 million in concessional loans where the interest rate for anybody who had applied and was successful was 3.99%. And the first 2 years, the interest rate was actually paid by government, in particular those businesses that were affected by the pandemic. So our view and our vision is to empower people, for example, in this case, the ginger farmers, with the ability to access finance. If you're able to access finance, you can grow. Of course, one of the key issues of the agriculture sector is to make sure that you have security of land. It's very important. If you have a long-term lease, you can also use your lease as security. You can, if you have long-term lease, you know that when you deal with FDB, they know that you'll be a long-term farmer. And so they feel a lot more confident. So they can invest a lot more. And as we've seen in some of the businesses, they've started off small, but when they've got their business model right, they've now become very large business people, including as farmers. So I would urge you that as a community, your chair, there's a number of ways to find assistance. We have the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Tourism. Commerce and Trade in particular has the Cooperatives Department. If you reach out to them, they can also help you, for example, in terms of your bookkeeping services. They can help you to manage your business for you. We have recently amended the law regarding accountants, and very soon a new regulations are coming out. So you can have what we call certified accountants doing your books for you, and with a small fee. And in fact, government has allocated some funding that will pay the accounting fees on your behalf for small businesses to what we call Business Assistance Fiji. Because when you have somebody professional looking after your books, when you go and apply for a loan, they can process your loan really within a few minutes, because they know it's been certified by somebody. So that's really important to understand, that the fundamentals of business and running your business needs to be in place. And we're here to help you do that, because we need you for the long term. As you know that because of the pandemic, the world basically shut down. Nobody expected in the 21st century that the borders would shut down. Not just in Fiji, but USA, Europe, everywhere in the world, even China till today. Many parts of China is still shut down. So that has had a huge impact on a number of things, and we can discuss this in a Talano session. But so, for example, the price of things you've seen has gone up. The cost of freight has gone up because the number of containers that are available is very little. A container that used to cost from Auckland to Fiji before the pandemic cost $5,500. Now the same container costs about $16,500. When China is in lockdown, because China is a major manufacturing country in the world, when it's in lockdown, all the containers are still stuck there. So there's a shortage of containers. In the same way, so there's a supply-demand issue. The example that I do give, before Cyclone Winston, Yongona used to cost $85 a kilo. After Winston, $185 a kilo. The Yongona farms got damaged. If you're dealing in vegetables, long bean before the cyclone is $2 a bundle. After the cyclone, it's $5 a bundle. So that's what we're going through globally at the moment. So in terms of our security as a country, obviously we need to ensure that we try and grow as much Fijian produce as possible. And as you know, and I know through the discussions, that a lot of your ginger is actually exported. And obviously there's a demand for it. Ginger is a agricultural item that is highly sought after. There's a lot of health benefits from it. In the same way, we have seen in the past 2 years a huge demand for turmeric or haldi, people put in their curry. It's a huge demand for it now in the world. They call it a superfood. There's a one, it's not grown much in the eastern side, but there's a plant called moringa, what people in Fiji call sejan. Sejan again is a major superfood. People making powder out of it, they're putting in their milk and drinking it, is seen as a superfood. So there's a lot of potential for us in the agriculture sector. So from government's perspective, we've taken a holistic approach to it. You need to obviously have people who can grow the produce. We need to ensure that where they plant it, they have long-term security on the land. So as you know, the land now, you can lease Ethiopia land, you can lease Crown land or state land for up to 99 years, for even agriculture. Before you could only get it for 30 years, now you can get it for 99 years. So you can have that. And then, of course, the key factor is you need to have the money. Access to finance, which is very important. And access to finance that is not very expensive. So you're able to service your debt. And a lot of times we've seen a lot of farmers. I met with a group of young men from Vatutu village in Nandi 2 nights ago, and they were talking to me. Matangali has given them about 100 acres of land to say, look, you can go and use that and you do your farming. So they're looking at how we can tie up with FDB, writing up business proposals. They wanted some machinery, or they wanted basic things like shovels and forks and those types of things. So we are looking at providing assistance so farmers, you don't become a one-off farmer. You become someone that's starting they have got a business model, and that's really important to understand. In Fiji, I think for many years, people looked down upon farming. Even in the school systems, I remember when I was in school, if somebody did not study well, I said, oh, what do you want to do? Become a farmer. It was like looked down upon. But we need to change our mindset. A farmer is somebody who has to use his or her acumen, their knowledge. They know about weather patterns, they know about seedlings, they know about the soil type. Of course, we work with agriculture, they can help you with that. And ultimately, you are actually running a business. And we're here to provide you with that skill set. So today, of course, is not a minor thing what we're doing here today. And the fact, and last point that I'd like to make, is obviously FDB is working with the people actually buying your ginger. So they're assured that you'll be able to do the payments. Because, we understand sometimes when people get money directly in their hand, somebody can come and borrow money from them, or kere or whatever, there may be some issue, and they might give them money, don't do their repayments. So now in this way, the proceeds from your ginger sales will go to the people who buy your ginger. They do the deduction, and the money, of course, then comes to you. I would like to also acknowledge what FDB has done in a very short period of time. With the new CEO, FDB has adopted a lot of technology, and a lot of payments and loans are actually disbursed through the phones, through the M-Pesa or MyCash. I know there's a bit of connectivity issue here, and one of the things that we are working on is making sure you're getting connectivity. There's one particular tower, one of the landowners is demanding lots of money. That's why they've stopped the tower. Instead of paying $25,000, which is what it is valued at, the landowner the person who's leasing the land is demanding $350,000. And he's kind of stopped access to Vodafone. So we're trying to make sure that gets resolved. But once you get all the connectivity, you can see all the work that's going on, water accessibility in terms of laying of the fiber optic cable, all those things will help. So you're not disconnected, but more so also with FDB, you'll be connected more than ever. So once again, I'd like to acknowledge what the CEO is doing and FDB is doing, and thank all of you for being here this morning. As you said, we're here to help, we're here to facilitate, we're here to help you modernize and participate in the overall Fijian economy so we can grow together and, of course, become prosperous together. Good night.